guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Faith. If you're new to my channel, make sure that you do subscribe, like, comment, and share. To all the returning subscribers, thank you guys for returning. To the new subscribers, thank you guys and welcome to the family. To everyone that keeps on watching my videos without subscribing, please do subscribe, like, comment, and share. In today's video, it's our first sit down video in 2025, and I'm excited to share this news or whatever I have for you today. So as you can see with the title below, it's been a bit so these are the questions that everyone has been asking me, like, my name is Faith Banda, and if you're new to my channel, I'm from Zambia, currently studying in Russia, and I'm studying international economics and business at Ural University. So a lot of people have been asking, what course am I currently doing? I'm doing international economics and business, and my course is in English and Russian. So it's 50% English, 50% Russian, but I'm currently studying in Russian, which is my first and second year, and I'm currently a first year student for all those that don't know. Then in my second last and third year, I'm going to be studying in English. So yeah. The other question I would like to talk about first is the career pathway situation, because I feel like a lot of people have been asking about the career pathway, like how can they choose the course, how can they know this is a particular course they want to do. I would definitely say I've been in that situation where I didn't exactly know what I wanted to do, because I feel like I wanted to do certain type of courses because of peer pressure, when all your classmates mention big courses and you're like, oh, I also want to do those big courses. So it has just been like, I think, influence, and I never really knew what I was good at or what exactly, like, I think it's because I was also having difficulties in knowing who I was, because I think at the end of the day, the most important thing is knowing your personality and knowing the kind of a person you are for you to know the course that you want to do. Because you can't tell me that you're an introvert and then you want to do a course that requires you to talk to people more. Like, even if you're trying to move away from the shyness stage and trying to talk to people more, I don't think that's something that would work. It's the same as, I would say, for example, if I'm an introvert and I rarely talk and then I decide to do courses like teaching and courses like law, courses that require me to be in front of people. So basically, when you know the kind of a person you are, your personality and everything, I think it's even easier for you to know the course that you want to do. Personality is the biggest thing, because you have to know the kind of a person you are, what you like doing and what you don't like doing. The second point I would like to bring up is you have to know what you like and what you don't like. So basically, you would do like more like a mind map where you're going to put more like advantages and disadvantages. You're going to point out interests that you have, because as people, we do have different types of personality and interests. You could be interested in dancing, you could be interested in cooking, you could be interested in technology, you could be interested in coding, you could be interested in public speaking, like debate and issues like that. You could be interested in healthcare programs and stuff like that. So if you do know things that you were interested in during high school, especially during high school, you have to take note of the things that you're interested in, like, what exactly was I doing in high school? Interact with people. And then when you jot down like things that you are interested in and like, then you also write down things that you don't like and are not interested in. Like, for example, me, I could be here on YouTube like making videos and everything, but I do avoid public speaking. Like, it's something that I have to do, obviously I'll do it, but if it's something that people force me to do it, I'm not gonna do that, because I do think I'm an introvert. I do have social anxiety majority of the times. So going for courses that were going to require me to be in a group of a lot of people were not courses that I really wanted to do. The third point I would like to give you is research on the specialities. So basically, you can research, for example, if you're interested in technology, like, what courses can I do that involve technology? If you're interested in healthcare, you can also write that. If you're interested in like philosophy and other things, you can also write that. If you're good at giving advice, you can also look at that. And then obviously, with this developed world of internet, like we do have AI, you can literally just put in your dislikes and you can put in your dislikes and likes on AI and tell AI to give you specialities that are under the things that you're interested in, and I'm sure AI would list jobs or courses that you can literally choose. After you do that, then you can now go deep into researching about the course or the particular profession, or that particular profession, like I would say. You would go down and search more about that. Talk to mentors, role models, people that you look up to that have done the course, or even just people that are old enough to give you experience, looking at the fact that they've been to university before and they've experienced university life, they've experienced working life, and they would advise you, because at the end of the day you would want to get advice from a lot of people so that you can narrow down all the advice that you've gotten to actually come down to conclusion on what exactly you want to do. Like a mini backstory about me and how I found myself in economics and management field. I wanted to be a pilot, I wanted to be a lawyer, I wanted to be an artist, I wanted to be an artist musician, I wanted to be an actress. Then I wanted to study law, obviously. Wanted to be an engineer, and I had three fields of engineering that I was mostly interested in, and that was civil engineering, or there were four: civil engineering, mechanical engineering, aviation engineering, and architecture environmental engineering. So I really wanted to do all these courses, and I think majority of the time was the influencer, because maybe I didn't research more about the courses and everything. But with time I learned that I need to choose a course that I saw myself doing, and I did do like a mind map, looking at the things that I was interested in at the moment, and getting to know that, okay, now I knew my personality after school. I knew the type of a person I was with the experience I had in boarding school and everything. So I had to narrow down the things that I liked and disliked. And then at the end of the day, I also talked to my two cousins that did study economics. They graduated and they're currently working. So I did talk to them, ask them about the course so that they can assist me and I can know more about the course. Then apart from that, I also watched YouTube videos from certain economist YouTubers. Like for example, the Zambian economist, I don't know if you know her, but Ndabisa Moyo. She was one of my inspirational role models I did look at, and I was like, definitely going for this course. I really hope that whatever points I've given you for you to know the course that you want to do are really helpful, and I'm very more than glad to answer your questions. So if you do have more questions about career pathways or how you can know the course or a particular profession you want to do, you can just comment down below and I'm going to attend to that. How to apply for the Russian scholarship. So a lot of people have been asking me why I chose Russia, how I applied, why I chose to come here. So basically, I've always had an ambition to study abroad, but when I speak of abroad, Russia has never been part of the places, but my dad would always mention it to me. My dad would always tell me, why don't you go visit the Russian embassy, Germany embassy, and find out about their scholarships? But since I wasn't interested in these countries, I only wanted to go study in the UK, Australia, Canada, or America. And these were my my four top countries that I wanted to study in. And I did apply in the UK. I applied at Nottingham, Sheffield University, but the school fees and everything was so expensive that my parents couldn't afford, and I decided to drop it. Then apart from that, I also did visit certain agencies that could help me, but apparently they were only offering scholarships in India, China, and I don't know if it's Cyprus or Cyprus. And as me, I always do my research. Like I make sure that I do my research before anything. And if you really want to study abroad, I would advise everyone and every person to do your research in advance before you do have like an opportunity to go, because at the end of the day you don't want to go to a known land, a land that you don't know about, because at the end of the day it comes in with frustration, anxiety. You get overwhelmed with anxiety, homesicknesses and stuff. So I would advise everyone to actually research more about the particular country that you want to go to or the university, look at student life, look at how affordable it can be for you, accommodation, look at a lot of things, especially the weather. The weather should be the top thing that you're supposed to look at whenever you're choosing somewhere to go to. So like I was saying, Russia has never been part of the places that I really wanted to come and study, and I think I chose to come and study here because it was easier for me to apply, and maybe because God did give me a sign that I should apply to Russia. And what I mean by God gave me a sign was because after I did my research and I noticed that the UK was expensive for me to go study in, I kind of like gave up on applying to any university in general, because at the end of the day, I knew that I wasn't going to stress my parents to like overspend on my university life or anything like that. And so I kind of gave up and I was like, I'm going to study in Zambia. Like I applied at UNZA and ICT. And at that point, I didn't even know what course I wanted to do. So I applied under cybersecurity. Then there was one night when I was checking for maybe if there's any scholarship that I can try for the last time before I officially gave up. And that's when I came across the Russian Center in Lusaka, which is like a place that helped me with my application and also come here and everything. I know that it was a sign from God, and God was showing me that this is what you need to do, girl. You've been praying for this, and I've shown you everything. And it was so exciting in the sense that at first, when that happened, I didn't think of it like, oh, God did this for me, because it was so random. Mind you, like, I've never had anyone that has told me about the Russian Center. Like, I've never really had like anyone I knew that came to Russia. So basically, like, I would say I'm the first person I know myself that has come to Russia. And I do have some great news for all my fellow Zambians. So if you want to apply for a scholarship, you can literally visit the Russian Center in Lusaka. And if you're far, if you're not literally based in Lusaka, but you're in other places, you can also contact them on their Instagram account, which is like the Russian Center in Lusaka, or you can also contact them on Facebook. I'm sure they do have a page on these places, and you can contact them to find out about the scholarship. So the first thing, I'm going to narrow down how to apply, especially for Zambians, because I feel like the way we apply in Zambia and the way people apply in other countries, it's totally different. Because in my country, we have two ways of applying. It's either you apply under HELSB, which is like the Zambian government, or you apply under the Russian Center. And basically for me, I applied under the Russian Center because I didn't meet the fully subject combination that the Zambian government needed, looking at the fact that I wanted to do economics and I used to take pures. And basically they needed me to have like a business course, which, or let me say a business subject, which I didn't have in high school, because at my school we never had business subjects. HELSB is a bit strict when it's choosing its candidate. They make sure that you have threes and belows, which are like merits, if I'm not mistaken, merits and distinctions in all the subjects that they need. And I didn't apply for it, like I said, because I didn't have the full requirements that they needed, and I decided to go for the partial scholarship. I decided to come here because it was easy to get the scholarship, one, and the second thing was because God gave me a sign that I had to apply for this scholarship. And then the third reason was because Russia is very affordable for everyone that has been asking why I chose to come here. So these are the three reasons why I chose to come here. And I'm just going to give you like the documents that you need. So before you even go to the Russian Center to like sign up for classes or even apply to HELSB, make sure your passport is ready. Make sure that you have your passport even before you decide. Let me just say, when you're in grade 12, for those that are in grade 12, or immediately you complete grade 12, go get your passport right now. Get your passport right now. Don't wait for anything. Just go get your passport, because it's the most important document that you're going to need. The second thing is that you're going to need your results. We applied through the Education in Russia portal, and I'm just going to put it here, I guess. Yeah, we applied through that. And the first part of it was to fill in like your details and your guidance details. And then you also had to upload your passport and your results. And I had to like submit my physical application to the Russian Center, which I submitted my passport, my results, and also a consent letter that was signed by my dad, showing that he was able to sponsor me when I come here. And then later on, you're going to be called for interviews. So we went for interviews, And at the interviews, they just asked me, because I was a student there, so I was asked to introduce myself in Russian, which I did. And then later on, I was told to introduce myself in Russian because I was a student at the Russian Center. Then apart from that, I was also told to tell them a bit about my course and if I knew any Russian economics, which I didn't know by then. Then from there, after the interviews, it took approximately about 2 weeks till I was called that I got the scholarship, which was very exciting. Then I was told to proceed for my second stage, which was for me to go do my medicals and obtain my medical certificate. I needed to translate and notarize my results and my passport, which I also did. So I did submit my documents, and you need to pay a certain fee for your documents to be legalized and utilized. So I did submit these two documents and they were translated, legalized and notarized for me. Then I did proceed by uploading them on the portal. Then after that, after weeks later, and apart from that, I also forgot. So on the first stage of the application, the online application, you also have to you also have to choose 6 universities. I had to wait for about 1 month to 2 months, and I got my admission into Ural University, which included my preparatory faculty and my final studying. And after I got that, I think a month later again, I got my visa code, which you use to apply for your visa. And I went at the Russian embassy. That's where I applied for my visa, and it took about a week for it to be ready, and I got my visa. Then for those that are going to be applying under HELSB, you definitely also have to do the online application, like I said, the processes, the documents that you need. Then apart from that, you also have to submit your documents at HELSB, which is like your passport, your results, your NRC, if I'm not mistaken, and a fee. There's a fee that you pay for. And then when you apply, you'll be called to go for interviews. That's if you pass the first qualification they need when they look at your results in the subject combination, and then you go for your interviews. After the interviews, then later they call the people that have been awarded for the scholarship. Then apart from that, they also always make a reserved list. So this reserved list is made in order for those people that get scholarship that tend to drop out, maybe because they couldn't afford to come here and stuff like that. So when you're on a reserved list, don't worry. That's all I'm going to tell you. Don't worry, you're going to come. Because people do tend to drop with time. Did I use any agency or applied for myself? So I did apply for myself, though I did get some help from the Russian Center, but I didn't pay any fee or anything like that. So, and everyone that keeps on asking me to help them apply, I'm sorry, but I cannot do that for you because I don't know how to apply physically to the university. And if anything, I don't want to put myself in a position of helping people, because people do stress. They do not understand that you're not only here to apply for them, but you also have school work that you're supposed to balance. So I'm really sorry to everyone that texts me and says they want me to help them apply, but I do not help people to apply. I only advise and guide. That's all. A lot of people that have been asking me how can I apply at Ural University for my language course and everything, and I did send an email to the university to find out, and I'm just going to put the screenshots of the email that they got back to me and how you can do it. And I really hope that it's going to be helpful, because at the end of the day, I don't want people to be coming to me and be like, no, apply for me, do this for me, because I cannot do that. Like I said, I only guide and advise. I do not apply for people. I'm not an agency or anything like that, and I don't think I'm planning to be one. I'm not planning to do that for people. So I only guide and advise. I'm going to guide you through your application, which you're going to do by yourself, and I'm just going to tell you things that I know. So you can apply through the portal of the university's website. Then for everyone that's coming on a self-sponsorship, I would generally advise you to go to cities that are a bit affordable. And I'm sure I'm also going to include the fee for the preparatory faculty in my school right here. And I really hope that's going to be helpful. Make sure that you do screenshot this. So make sure that you do screenshot and you read out the forms and everything. You guys have been asking, are there any English courses at my university? Yes, they are, but they have a few courses in English. And I think there are only about 3 to 4 courses that are in English. And they're not fully in English. They're partially 50% English, 50% Russian. except if you're coming here for master's or PhD, then you can study in English throughout. But for bachelor's degree, it's 50% English, 50% Russian, and I'm going to put a screenshot of the courses that you can do here. But if you do have more questions, I would advise you to please text me either on my Instagram account or comment down below, because I rarely check my email, and I think I'm trying to make my email more private for brand collaborations less than answering questions that you guys have for me. If you really want to get quick response for me, please make sure that you text me on my Instagram or on my Pinterest account. You can also comment down below and I will definitely respond to your messages. So I'm really glad and happy to make this video for you, and I really hope that you're enjoying and you're achieving the best and the most this year, and may all your dreams, wishes, applications and everything go well. I pray that you also do achieve your goals and everything, and best wishes to everyone. And thank you guys for watching my video. Make sure that you do subscribe, like, comment and share, and I'll probably see you in my next video. So